Hey, good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. Hope everybody's feeling good this morning. My name is Haziq Ali. I'm a revenue acceleration coach, a self esteem development fanatic, starting with my own. And our whole goal here is to help you move further, faster, with less effort. You can fast forward about 5 minutes into this thing if you want to skip past the intro and the preamble. But even if you're watching a replay, I want you to give me a replay, gang. Like somebody help me out. Give me a replay, gang. Let me know that you are in the house. Let me know that you've been paying attention. Let me know that you're going back and studying, even if you don't catch it live. That's important to me. I want to look for those who I can bet on in the future. You know what I mean? And if you're the type of person that's studying self improvement, if you're the type of person that's trying with intention to get better every day, you my kind of people. So I want to welcome you again to another edition of Good Morning Millionaire. Make sure you check in, man. Rep your city. See, we got people checking in from LinkedIn. Got them coming through from YouTube. That's what I'm talking about. We got them coming in from different Facebook groups. Some of y'all are right here on my own Facebook timeline, but rep your city. What kind of business do you have? How do you help people? Also, make sure you like this post right now. Right now, like it. Because what you're doing is you're convincing social media who you are and what you want to see. Because no matter where you're watching me, their goal is to make it so you come back. Their goal is to make it so that you spend more time on their social media timeline than any of the competition's social media timeline. So, what are they going to do? They're going to give you more of what it is you say you want. So, when you're watching content like this, it's very important that you like the content. It's very important that you share the content, like my man Jamal Flono just did. It's very important you subscribe. If you haven't turned on your notifications, go do that right now. Somebody say, my notifications are on. If you did that already, say my notifications are on. Let's get it. Let's get it. Good morning, millionaires. Good morning. Good morning. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, Jamal, maybe a little bit later. All right, Camilla. What's up, Camilla? Good morning. Where you from, Camilla? Indiana's in here. Hadassah's in the house. That's what I'm talking about. My man Dion is up in here. Let's go, Dion. Yeah, Naraya's in here. Tulsa, Oklahoma is in the house. Ooh, you're gonna love this morning's training, Naraya. She does yoga, she does sound healing, she does health coaching. You gotta love that. Miss Savage, New York City is in the house. Let's go, let's go. Okay, good. I'm glad we got the notifications on. That's what I'm talking about, Juanita. Let them know. Notifications is on. Good morning, Sabrina. I love it. I love it. Okay, Jacqueline's in the house. Dallas Fort Worth is in here. Turn on your notifications, everybody. We're about to get this party started in less than 2 minutes. About to get this party started in less than 2 minutes. What kind of business do you have? How do you help people? So far this week, we've covered 6 signs your success is inevitable. Then Tuesday, we did 5 negative habits of insecure leadership. Then yesterday, we talked about 5 ways to instantly connect with anybody. It's been a great week so far on Good Morning Millionaire. We're going to keep this party going. Check this out. One last thing I'll mention before we get this party started is join the email list. Y'all see this down here? Join the email list. That's really important. You're going to get so much out of those emails that you're going to want to share to people who give you the gift of influence over their lives. Share with your teammates, share with your counterparts, share with your coworkers. You hear me? Share with your downline, your upline, cross line, close line. You know what I'm saying? Share with everybody. That's every Friday at 3:30 p.m. You get the world's best newsletter. I'm about to call in on this live line. We about to get this party started, y'all. Everybody with me? About to get this thing going. Let's get it.
You have something special. You have greatness in you. Hello, this is Les Brown, and you're in the right place at the right time because we're going to bring the millionaire out. Please enter your. Thank you. Please announce yourself. All participants are muted. Entry and exit tones are off.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. Good morning, millionaires. If you're just not tuning in and you know you got fast forward like 5 minutes into this every day, because that's when we get through with all the shout outs, we get everybody partying and whatnot. Or you can come and check in and see what kind of businesses you can support, because that's what we normally do the first 5 minutes of the day. But now it's time to get to the class. And check this out, y'all. One thing I want you to understand this morning about today's subject is that your mind never stops moving. Your research has shown, okay, that we as humans, as top of the food chain, as God's highest form of creation, we produce about 60,000 thoughts every day. Now you're like, damn, I can't remember 6 thoughts I had yesterday. But it's true. Research has proven, neurology has proven that the average human, we're not even talking about somebody above average, we're saying on average 60,000 thoughts each day. What am I saying? I'm saying that this is a problem. This is an irrefutable consequence of society's obsessive need to be busy all the damn time, to always be doing something. But let me tell you what you really are. You're really distracted. Somebody say, I'm going to get more focus. Or just type the word focus. Type the word focus. If we got a word for the day, let it be focus. The reason I'm saying that is because we have all these thoughts every day, but a bunch of them are anything but productive. And we don't do a lot to even try and regulate what our mind is doing. This rapacious, constant activity. We don't even do anything to regulate it. We always let ourselves either future chase or dwell in the past. We're constantly either going back to the future, constantly thinking about, some possible consequence of some activity today, or we're constantly thinking about what happened. What happened back then? Why did they do that? Why did I do that? Why did that happen? Right? How did that happen? Remember when that happened? Check it out. We put our thoughts everywhere except where it matters, the present moment. The present moment. We all have the ability to become more present, more awake, more aware. But the challenge is in training our minds to slow down for a minute or even stop. The mind is prone to wander, but we can reel it back in. We can move away from the busyness in our heads. We can practice something called mindfulness. Can somebody type that in the comments for me? Mindfulness. Mindfulness. Yeah, mindfulness. This is a good word for you to kind of get familiar with, QB. Mindfulness. Yeah, Miss Linda, mindfulness. This is a really good word for you to get familiar with. It's kind of like focus, but we're talking about how you get focused with the art of mindfulness. This means we're reining in these random thoughts and holding ourselves firm in the present moment. We all have this ability to utilize mindfulness by going inward. You know how we always say, this is a good phrase to write down: learn to go within or learn to go without. Learn to go within or learn to go without. So, what are we talking about? We're saying maybe you go inward and start focusing on your breath. Maybe you go inward and start connecting to the present moment. Maybe you go inward and now you're able to look more deeply into what you're actually feeling in the moment. And what does this do? It reminds us how we're in the moment of now. It's a state where we're starting to be able to observe our life unfold. And now you're better able to experience it with clarity. You're better able to experience with the ultimate indication of strength, which I'm going to go ahead and say is acceptance. It takes strength to be tolerant. It takes strength to accept the things that are going on around us. I'm going to tell you something else. It increases your emotional intelligence. Mindfulness increases your emotional intelligence because the first level of emotional intelligence is you being able to discern and identify your own emotions. Huh? So at this point, what you're able to do is liberate yourself from this emotional baggage, right? You're intentionally bringing your mind into this moment, and now you can have more of a balanced perspective. Millionaires, if we were only superhuman enough to be able to approach Every moment with mindfulness, we would find ourselves eating more slowly. We would find ourselves really tasting our food for once. We would make time for a leisurely walk while paying close attention. That leisurely walk around the neighborhood would be more exciting to us than that Netflix show that we're binging right now. If we would just make time to be mindful, pay close attention to the sights and the sounds of nature. What about the smells? Huh? Taking the time just to observe, we're going to start seeing so much more than we even noticed when we were just running around busy thinking about what we supposedly have to do next. Somebody say, learn to go within or learn to go without. I dare you. I dare you. You might be a whole lot stronger than you think, but maybe what you're missing is the ability, the awareness, and the value system that encourages you to go within so you don't have to go without. Mm, mm, mm. It's like she just started tasting food around 26 years old. Do y'all hear me? Somebody say, learn to go within or learn to go without. Norman Vincent Peale is one of my favorite American OGs when it comes to the authors, right? Norman Vincent Peale. He was like, you change your thoughts and you change your world. You change your thoughts and you change your world. Somebody give it to me. Somebody give it to me. Learn to go within or learn to go without. Learn to go within or you're going to have to learn to go without, y'all. Learn to go within or learn to go without. So, what I got for you this morning is I got a couple ways that you can kind of start transcending these limiting thoughts and get more aware, more awake, more present. Everybody with me? Everybody with me? Let's go. Here's the first one. Somebody write out, stop your brain's busyness. Stop your brain's busyness. This is the first one I got for you. Stop your brain's busyness. The mind likes to be busy, it thrives on activity. You're like, why am I always so distracted? How is it that these guys that created these phones have been so masterful in being able to create these situations? Like, what's going on? I'm going to tell you what's going on, y'all. You don't have mindfulness going. You don't have mindfulness going. Everybody with me? Mindfulness. Mindfulness. The mind likes to be busy. It thrives on activity. It thrives on distraction. You hear me? So it's incumbent upon us to teach it how to do how we want it to do. We got to teach it how to shut up every now and then. We got to teach it to become quiet and still from time to time. We ain't got to do this all the time, but what will help us is if we recognize how distracted we feel when we ain't fully present. Now we can start saying to ourselves, you know what? There's something in it for me to find the present moment. And maybe what we do is we focus on our breath. Somebody say it in the comments. If you want to stop your brain, focus on your breath. If you want to stop your brain, focus on your breath. You can put all your focus and all your awareness on your breath and find the stillness you're looking for. If you use the breath as a type of meditation, some of you to tune in on a live phone call every morning, you know we do this already. Every morning we do these breathing exercises, right? Why do we do that? Because when you focus yourself to when you force yourself to just focus on your breathing, now you can connect with the wholeness that's life. Bruce Lee said that breath is life, and I agree with him. You can experience a whole different level of connection when you just take a walk and observe nature while you're observing your breathing. You hear me? When you sit there and quietly savor a cup of tea. Do you hear me? This is when you're fully present. This is when you're able to surrender to the moment, right? This is when you're able to actually, with total awareness, experience a sense of connection a sense of non separation with the infinite. All of a sudden, you feel more whole. Am I making sense, y'all? All of a sudden, you feel more complete. All of a sudden, you feel more authentically yourself. Here's the second step I got for you. Somebody type this out. Stop the judgment. Stop the judgment. Or here's another way to put it, stay neutral. Stay neutral. Type it out whichever way you want to put it. You can either say stop the judgment or you can say stay neutral. What are we saying? We're saying that this can be a daunting task, staying present in a moment, right? It can be challenging. It can be difficult. Your emotions, a lot of times, are unclear. You start getting into a little bit of anger, sprinkle in a little bit, a little bit of insecurity, right? Now our mind is racing. What that thought, what that person's actions did was remind you of a thought you have about yourself. Do you realize that's why it made you insecure? You have this list of musts. The world must. He or she must. My manager must. I must. You have such a long line of shoulds. The world should. He should. She should. They should. I should. Let me tell you what you end up doing, being disappointed. Instead of judging everybody, instead of judging yourself, instead of judging the world with what it must do or what it should do, I challenge you. Accept it. Be tolerant. Allow yourself to be open to challenging moments. Stop judging. Let me tell you why you're so stressed. You've decided to judge this as a bad thing. You ain't even been in it long enough to know how it's going to turn out. You swear you know what's going on, don't you? But what if I told you you're resisting it because you're judging it? What if I told you the whole universe is conspiring to create the exact sorts of circumstances that will make you become who it needs you to be? What if I told you that this is all conspiring for your benefit? I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. Your resistance is going to start to dissolve. All of a sudden, you start to tell yourself, I can handle this moment. All of a sudden, you start to remember, there's nothing for me to fear. Because it ain't over till you win. And if I ain't winning, it ain't over. Y'all know I'm always talking about this book that saved my life from my mentor, Mr. Les Brown. It was called It Ain't Over Till You Win. Ugh, when I think about the fact that I almost took myself out, check it out. We got to learn to handle these moments with neutrality because now we're no longer constricting. We're no longer reacting. Now we're in full power because we're allowing it to just be. Now we're opening ourselves up to whatever challenges present themselves. Now we're not resisting the challenge because we know that the challenge is just making us more powerful. We know that with pain comes strength. We know that with discomfort comes growth, right? Now we're able to learn from it. Now we're able to find what in this moment rings true. What have we discovered about ourselves in this moment that rings true about ourselves? Here's the third one I got for you. Do some life gazing. Y'all ever done people watching? Y'all ever done people watching? Be a life watcher. Be a life gazer. Not just a people watcher, engage in life gazing. Engage in life. Man, let them know, Dr. Hernandez, it ain't over till you win. You hear me? It ain't over till you win. That's right, Dennis. A lot of times you say to yourself, I don't like her. I don't like him. Let me tell you what it is. You don't like something in them you see in yourself. Oof. How you gonna go there? How you gonna go there? Y'all with me? Be a life watcher. Do some life gazing. Good, Sade. I'm glad to hear that. What do I mean by life gazing? When we take the time to simply look around us, we see so much more than we saw when we were busy, right? When we were busy thinking about what just happened or what we got to do next. What I'm saying is, we can practice, just like any other skill, being aware of what's around us when we stop at the red light. You can notice what's going on when you look out the window, even the car window. You hear me? Some of y'all are listening to me right now, or you're riding around and getting it. Check it out. If you were to step outside that car and observe what's happening on the street, if you were to start to balance your thoughts with the reality of what's going on, where you hear that car horn, you hear that bird, you notice that kitten just scurry across the sidewalk. You got me? You notice that interesting kind of bird that maybe you never noticed before, right? You notice this interesting insect that's flying around. Every now and then, I'll just see some weird insect. I'll just be like, what is this? Like I'll take a picture of it. I'm crazy. But one time, me and my son bonded off the fact that me and him are still the only two people that I've ever met that have seen these really big ants that look like they're coated in suede. Any of y'all ever seen these? They're like super big ants, but their whole body looks like it has I don't know, some kind of distressed leather or suede on his body. The ant looks damn near furry. I saw one crawling in my yard one day. I took a picture of it. My son is the only one that I've ever met that has seen one. And that comes from life gazing, being aware of what's around us. Oh, my man Grover done seen them joints. Yay. See? Your vibe attracts your tribe. Aisha and Grover know I ain't crazy. But my point is this: when you step outside and observe what's going on, when you balance that daily routine of work, chores, running around, doing all these errands, you're going to find so much around you that fascinates you, that cuts on your enthusiasm, that cuts on your glee. You hear me? But here's what's most important: it gets you out of autopilot. Like, man, that's new. What a pattern interrupt. You hear me? Now you ain't on autopilot. And if robotic is the opposite of live, is the opposite of alive, now you feel more alive. Do some life gazing. I love that. I love that. Sitting on my porch with my tea. That's right. That's right. All right. All right. Here's the next one I got for you. Here's the next one I got for you. Strive to elevate. This is the last one I got for you. Matter of fact, let me put this affirmation thing on here because this is the last one I got for you this morning. That means it's time to call in, do your affirmations. Let's go. Let's go. It's affirmation time, baby. And if you haven't joined the newsletter, go to millionaireminded.com. Somebody put that in the comments, millionaireminded.com, and join the newsletter list. It don't say newsletter on there. Let me say that. It doesn't say newsletter when you go to the website. Maybe we'll change that sooner than you think. But just put your name and your email in the box and you'll be on the newsletter list. Trust me. I started the newsletter way after I started the website. So I just got to adjust the website. We will. All right, here's number 4, y'all. Elevate your awareness. That's the last one I got for you. Elevate your awareness. Man, I never understood how powerful this awareness concept was, right? One of my mentors, he always used to say, it's all about working on your awareness. Check it out. I always say, now that I understand the concept, that awareness pain is the only thing that's more powerful than growing pain. A lot of times, what stops you from wanting to grow is growing pains. You're like, oh, these people about to, oh, I don't feel like, oh, right? But let me tell you what's a stronger motivator than the way growing pain makes you not want to bust a move. Awareness pain. Awareness pain works in the exact opposite direction because awareness pain is the only thing that makes staying the same more painful than change. Awareness pain. Awareness pain makes it harder to stay the same. then change. That's a rare thing. That's a powerful catalyst for you changing your life, becoming more aware. You know, I always talk about how, when I was a little kid, you had to stay fresh, like you had to stay fly, right? And it just like anything else, once it works itself into your self-image, it's like, oh snap, everything changes. So here you hanging out with this crew where everybody always got the new Jordans, right? And then this new color of the shoes comes out, and your crew comes to school with them. Everybody got them. That awareness is going to make you go super hard to get those new Jordans. Am I right? Ladies, it might have been a certain hairstyle or a certain kind of earrings. Can anybody relate to this? You started feeling like you was falling off because imagine if you got instead in a crew where everybody had rental property. Everybody was focused on purchasing assets rather than looking like they got it. All of a sudden, you're like, I got to do what it takes to get this rental property. You see what I mean? The awareness is forcing you out of staying the same. You hear me? Awareness pain. What I'm saying is strive to elevate your awareness, millionaires, because a lot of times we're functioning from some unaware routine where we're just in habit force. It ain't necessarily something we intend to do or something we like doing. We're just trapped in our habits. Millionaires, if we'll just start to get more aware, if we'll just start to get more in a place where we can live our lives in the moment that exists right now, fully aware, fully awake, I'm gonna tell you something. We're gonna find that we're able to stop the doing and start the thinking. Thinking is the hardest job most people never do. I'm talking about a thought appears, we run away from it. We run away from the thought with some liquor, or we run away from the thought with some sex, or we run away from the thought with some music or a television show. You hear what I'm saying to you? I'm challenging you today to get focused, to get connected to your spiritual center. Bring yourself back to your inner power, which in essence is your real self. Take the time to connect and to acknowledge, identify some of these emotions you're having. Get in touch with your true self. And I'm going to guarantee you, you're not only going to be more valuable to yourself, you're going to be more valuable to the world around us. So I hope this was helpful. Let me see it in the comments, whatever your favorite of these tools was. And favorite could mean it's the one that you do the most already, or favorite could mean it's the one that represents the biggest opportunity for improvement for you. But put it in the comments. Let us know. We want to get to know you. And it's affirmation time. Repeat after me, millionaires. This is a good time to call in if you didn't yet. Repeat after me. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Everybody ready? Repeat after me. I am so